Hello, today I'm actually asking you who you want to be. Because today is about three basic things, the only three foundations you can get in your life. Foundations because these are the only three factors that will define you, as a person. I don't know if you ever thought about who you are or have an idea of how. Hello, today I am actually asking you who you want to be. Because today is about three basic things, the only three foundations you can get in your life. Foundations because these are the only three factors that will define you, as a person. I don't know if you have ever thought about who you are or have an idea of who you want to be, but there are really only three things that define you.
On the one hand, of course, there is money. Money rules the world. We all know that since childhood. But there is more. What do you think? Of course, not only you can accumulate money, you can also accumulate knowledge. Lots of people do that too, because it is well known that knowledge is power. And what else is there beside knowledge and money? Exactly third in the league are the experiences you have in your life or you have already made in your life. But let's stick to knowing for now. Let's think about what happens when you focus on just one of these three parts. I take the recently died theoretical physics Stephen Hawking. Since he was suffering from an illness and could not move, he concentrated exclusively on thinking and thus on knowledge. But it's already clear that you won't be happy with knowledge alone, because what's the use of knowing everything in the world if you can't apply the knowledge? Then it remains only theoretical knowledge. Better said, something like believing. So there is a lack of experience. At the same time, in order to have these experiences, you often not only need knowledge, but also the money to be able to have these experiences. And Stephen Hawking also liked experiences. How else can you explain the fact that he was sitting in a wheelchair, although he could hardly move, but was thrilled to be able to experience a parabolic flight, to experience simulated weightlessness. Such a parabolic flight is a wonderful experience that not many people can have, simply because it costs insane amount of money. Well, who has insane amount of money? Before I name familiar names from the real world here, I prefer to mention Gordon Gekko. You may know him from the 1980s film Wall Street. This was a ruthless stockbroker who saw greed as good. But what good is all the money in the world if you don't know what to do with it? And what's the use of money if you don't use it sensibly to gain experience? So we don't see the greed for knowledge nor the greed for money ultimately makes you happy. So let's come to the last point of the equation. What does it really mean to only gain experience? I thought about it for a long time, was initially tempted to take some extreme athletes here as an example, but they also had to use knowledge and money to be able to survive their extreme sport. But there's one person there who definitely has no money, most likely not the necessary knowledge either, but who is rich in experience every day. I'm talking about a homeless person that I see on Maui every year. This man is so poor that he walks through the tropical sun wearing nothing but black garbage bags. So I can see from this that experience alone does not make a difference. We have already established that money can buy knowledge. You can go to the best schools, and knowledge enables you to learn to earn more money. This knowledge can then be converted into experience. And experience also has the property of understanding knowledge more deeply on a fundamental basis, making observations in order to generate new knowledge from them. We can therefore say that we can buy experience with the help of money, but we can also learn more about the detour through money and getting more experience. The only question here is what these experiences are, because we can observe that with the concentration on making money, the consciousness about the two other parts is decreased, and it all depends on what experience you have. Are they always the same with the small changes, mostly consumption experiences? Or is it real life experience? After all, unlike money, we may be able to take experience with us at the end of our lives. Now, one could claim that we could also take knowledge with us, but that is actually not really the case, because knowledge without experience, knowledge that is not applied, is more like believing. And maybe you already know how hindering beliefs can be. Of course, there are also positive beliefs, and everything has risks, but that's called life. Clearly, experience can kill. No one wants a car crash. Money doesn't kill by itself, nor does knowledge. But what I wanted to convey with this video is that you have to be all aware of all three areas. In today's society, it is too easy to fall into a sub-area. And a fulfilled, balanced life is once again only possible if all three areas are in balance. You can easily say that all three parts are somehow connected with your basic needs. In German, I say you want to be a VIP, but in English I must say you want to be a CIP. You want to have connection to other people. That's a basic need, and it is expressed by the experiences we make. And on the other hand, you want to have an individuality, and that's the knowledge you can gain. The third part of the basic needs is the fact that you want to have potential, and this potential is represented by money. If you have much money, you have much potential to alter the world around you, to stay healthy and live a long life.
And a fulfilled, balanced life is only possible if all three areas are in balance. So, if you have the feeling that something is missing in your life, even though you may have enough money or got exactly the job you dreamed of, or you experience extreme sports every day, but you still need to get something, something missing in your life, then it may be because these three areas are not in balance. Then you should think about whether you might not have concentrated too much on one sub-area. Then you should find out what things you have neglected. I hope I was able to give you some food for thought, and if it went well, then please like this video, and if you don't want to miss any more videos in the future, then subscribe to the channel. I'll leave you alone now so you can think about what you just heard. All the best until the next video.